Hello, everyone. Yeah, welcome to uh, one of our lecture sessions under English language. Today we'll be looking at literature. Yeah, one topic in literature titled Figures of Speech. So let's begin. All right, so um, to start, I'll begin with some examples. I want us to analyze two particular sentences. Yeah. So the first one is hold on, I'm trying to be comfortable with the writing. Yeah. All right, so they buried the hatchet. Yeah. Let's understand what a hatchet is. What's a hatchet? What's a hatchet? What's a hatchet? Okay. So a hatchet is a small axe, and I will try and show you an example. I believe you know what an axe is. It's a bracket, axe. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a hatchet. I believe you're able to identify it from the image now. Right. These are what we call a hatchet. Okay. Right. Now back to what we're doing. So let's analyze the sentence. They buried the hatchet. Now, this sentence can produce two meanings. And today, for the purpose of our lesson, we'll be concentrating on one one aspect of what it means. But let's get the two meanings we can get from this first to know the direction we head into. So, you know a hatchet now. So they buried the hatchet. What does it mean? What does it mean?
To resolve a conflict or misunderstanding.
Right, to make peace. So, that's one meaning, right? And another meaning, there is also another meaning into this. What is that? They buried the hatchet. So another meaning is when you are pulling out its description from the words used, word for word. Another meaning is that, I mean, they buried a hatchet, I mean, a small axe, right? The axe I shown you, they buried that. So there are two meanings we can get from this, right? One is meaning from its wording, and another one is when you you another meaning is when you're looking at it in a figurative way, right? And such meanings cannot be easily deduced from just reading the sentence, right? Yeah, so um the first meaning, which is they made, all right. So someone said making peace. Okay. And then we also said when you are literally burying the hatchet, as in um hiding, yeah, for the lack of better word, hiding the the axe or something, right? Yeah, so this way of thinking, we say you're looking at that literally, and that's what we'll be doing today. And the B, this way of thinking, we say you're thinking, we are deducing the literal meaning of that. So you're thinking literally. Okay, right. So we can have definition from its literal meaning or this, right? And for the purpose of today's lecture, we'll be looking at we thinking literally, not literally, right? I'm going to give you another example. The woman was called to glory, right? What does this mean? Oh, no, let me change that. The woman kicked the bucket to fit into our explanation. So what does this mean? What meanings can we get from this? That's
Say,
what, yeah.
the woman is dead. Is dead.
Okay. So that's one meaning. Um, she's dead. She being dead, right? Okay. Woman is dead. Okay, so this is thinking literary. Okay. Then what other meaning?
Taking the bucket.
Yeah, kicking the bucket, right? Yeah. That's literally. You get what I mean? Right. So you everyone can get that. If you're thinking literary, more at times the definition is not gotten from its word and word for word, all right? You should think in depth, figuratively. And that's what we'll be doing today. All right, so we'll be thinking, we'll be producing this kind of meaning from sentences. Okay, so there are some devices we'll be employing to do this, and we are coming to that. But yeah, so basically that is it. So there are devices we employ to produce these meanings. We have um simile, metaphor, and stuff like that. And that's what we'll be tackling today. So let's write figures of speech. They are expressions that produces special meanings. That produces special meanings. Figurative language. Figurative language produces literary effect. Figurative language produces literary effect. Yeah, shall we? So now we will be looking at some um literary devices we employ in the English language to produce these literary effects. Okay, so let's start. Now in exam maybe you'll be wondering, so in exam, how are we going to be assessed? So in exam, they'll give you a sentence, or normally it comes from the comprehension aspect. A certain sentence will be underlined for you, and they'll ask you, so what literary device was employed in this context? Right? What literary device was employed in this context? Yeah. So um let's look at some of them. I've analyzed your past question and I've seen most that comes every year, and that's what we'll be tackling. Then, after understanding, you can read extensively. Right. So let's begin with simile. Yeah, yeah, simile. Now, in exam, if you spell that wrongly, you lose the whole mark. So it's something I want you to know. Yeah. All right, so it's comparing two things. Let's write. It's comparing two things using as or like. It is comparing two things using as or like. So I'll give you an example. Ruth is as brave as a lion. Right. So now this sentence or expression is a simile. Why? So there are two things you should be looking out for. One is if there is comparison. So over here, root is compare, sorry, not root necessarily, but root character or behavior is compared. So her trait is compared to that of what? A lion. So there is comparison. You must spot comparison. Now, and take note of what I'm telling you, because as we progress, my questions are not going to be something you can just look at that and jump into conclusion. It will analyze your understanding of whatever we've discussed. So first, you must check if there is comparison. So yeah, there is comparison in here. And the next thing is that there must be an existence of as or like, right? So all these works here, so that makes it a simile, right? So you see as over there. Another example. Peter, Peter is as ambitious as the devil. So are we making comparison? Are we making comparison?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And what other thing again? That alone is not enough to see it's a simile. Another thing is that there is an existence of us, right? So
Yeah.
it's a simile. Let's get another one. Um, John is like a snake under grass. Please hold on. Yeah. Am I making any comparison? What makes this
Yes, sir.
yeah, so what makes that a simile? Yeah.
So the like.
That's not enough. And be
Okay,
careful.
understand.
And be careful about that. Don't see like and conclude it's a simile. Make sure the sentence
Okay.
falls in
It's comparing two things.
yeah, make sure the sentence falls in the two category. It's making
Okay.
comparison. There is an existence of like or us. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
there is comparison. We're comparing John's behavior to that of what? The snake under grass. What does this mean though? If someone says you are like a snake under grass, what does it mean? I believe that's not your first time seeing that.
So it means
Sir, please, maybe you are
quiet but
dangerous or
dangerous.
yeah.
Say that again.
Sir, please, you are quiet,
Very
but you are
quiet but
dangerous.
dangerous.
Quiet but dangerous.
No, quiet, but like I don't know how to put it. But
So
you do bad things, but it's low key, low key.
you're trying to say the person is cunning,
I'll say deceitful.
deceitful. So the person is secretive. Yeah. Yeah, the person is secretive. Okay. So that is
Please, you
it.
said the person is what?
Secretive.
Sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secretive. Yeah. All right. Now, another example. Patience is like an angel. Right. So here too, there is comparison. You must ensure that there is comparison in the sentence. Okay. Yeah, it's obvious that we're making some comparison, right? And there is an existence of or like. Think about that. Now, I need two people to give us one examples each and then we can carry on. Yeah, anyone?
Then
Yeah.
his shirt is as white as snow.
Say that again.
His shirt,
Okay, his shirt.
yes, is as white as snow.
So his shirt is as white as snow. Okay, that's correct. Okay. Yeah, so his shirt is as white as snow. Yeah, that's right. We're comparing the color of his shirt to that of what? Snow. Yeah, so yeah, that is it. I looked up snake under grass. Some of the response you gave is right. Cunning is correct. And yeah, deceitful. It's the same as cunning. Yeah. So that is it. All right, let's move on. Metaphor. Like I said, spelling it right should be a priority. So metaphor. It's comparing two things without the use of as or like. It is comparing two things without the use of as or like. So did you read that? We're making comparison and there is no as or like used. So one example is this. We can change some of these examples. John is a snake under grass. Why would someone make such a comment about you? What will make someone pass such a comment about you? You, Matthew, you are a snake under grass, meaning how you behave. So the person is sort of what comparing you, right? So you see, this is an obvious comparison, but do you see us? Do you see like no? And you have to give realistic examples. You can't just, um, pass on certain examples that are incomparable. All right, so can anyone give us another example? Yeah, Cecilia, go ahead.
Sir, please, with the John is a snake under grass, can you say the person is actually describing who John is?
Yeah, I mean, your behavior, your personality. Yeah. What matters is, I mean, we comparing, okay? Um, I mean, we could actually say you are this, right? But we relating his behavior, comparing that to, you know, the expression snake under grass, right? So that makes that what as sorry, a metaphor, not a simile. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone else?
Sir, patience is an angel.
Yeah, patience is an angel, yeah. Yeah. So that's also what a simile. Yeah. Anyone else? Sorry, metaphor. Yeah. Anyone else? Any other example?
Kwesi is a lion in football.
No, I wouldn't accept that. Yeah. Can you come up with something else? What were you trying to mean? And we can rephrase it properly for you.
Uh, like lion on a soccer field is comparison with the lion being how should I put it?
The only
Being
quality we
bold
know
or
about
being
lion is they are brave. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So um your sentence is not standing out. So if you can rephrase that again, yeah.
Sir, Amma has a
Yes,
heart of gold.
she has a heart of gold. Should I accept that? Let's debate about that. Do we accept that?
Sir,
Amma has a
no.
heart of gold. Should we accept that?
That's good.
Sir, no.
She has a heart of gold. I'm
Sir,
finding
please,
that I'm finding it hard to just agree to it being a comparison. Can you give us something else? Yeah. Can you give us something else? Oh, we can
sir,
pass on a lot of examples. So I right now, yeah, Abby, go on.
sir, we can
Sita
say
just
Amma is
No,
good.
Abby is on the floor. Allow her. Abby, go on.
So we can say Amma is good.
Amma is what?
She is good.
Good?
Yes, so
No, that's not a metaphor. Yeah, there is no
that's a
comparison here. Yeah.
okay.
Look, Joseph.
yes,
Hold on,
sir.
let me hold my machine well. I'm trying to make an example. Joseph,
Sir.
I'm making an example. Joseph is the Solomon. Yeah, is a Solomon in the class. Am I making comparison? And what am I trying to say?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm making comparison. And what am I trying to say? He's the wisest. Right. We can make a lot of examples. So, like I said, it should sound realistic. Okay. You can also say Ajwa is a Methuselah in the family. I believe you understand what I'm trying to say. Do you understand what I mean? Ajwa is a Methuselah in the family.
Yes.
Yeah. She's the
Oh,
oldest. Yeah. And so on and so forth.
so
So it
she's
must
the
be
black sheep
realistic
of the family.
examples. Yeah. Say that again.
She's the black sheep of the family.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, this an excellent example. Rahel,
Say,
I'm making an example. Rahel is the black sheep in the family. Yeah, this also perfect. So that is it. And I believe you understand what it means, right? The word black, sometimes when you just reason around and you understand what they're trying to mean, right? She's probably just stubborn, she's obstinate in her family. Yeah, so yeah. So we comparing Rahel to her behavior, her attitude to that of what? A black sheep. And yeah, that's a metaphor. Okay, let's move on. The next one. Any questions so far for the two?
no, say.
Okay. Okay, so let's look at personification. Personification. It is using it is using human or animate description it is using human or animate description or features for inanimate or lifeless object.
Please, or what?
Well, I remember what I said. I said it is using it's using animate or human description or features to describe inanimate or lifeless objects. It is using human or animate description of features to describe inanimate or lifeless objects. Yeah. Shall we?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that you using human features to to something that is lifeless. One example is this. The clouds are pregnant. So you get what I mean? Pregnancy is something attributed to humans, right? You're relating it to clouds, which is inanimate, not human, right? So, well, this is a personification. You are literally personifying clouds. That's what it means, right? But do you remember the start of the lesson? What I said we will be tackling the meanings. Which of the meanings will be tackling when we started from scratch? So I said these are meanings. We'll be looking at the special meanings of expressions, right? And here it's obvious. So not really as in clouds being pregnant, right? What does this mean? The clouds are pregnant. What does this mean? This thing, if you pass your mind on it, if you reason around it, you should get what I mean. What does it mean? What does it mean? Yes.
Say, please, it's about to rain or something.
Yeah, it's cloudy. I'm sharing my screen, so except when you've raised your hands, if you write a message, I will not be able to read it. Yeah. Okay. The clouds are pregnant. But if anyone sees someone writing a question or something in your notes or your chat, just let me know. Yeah, so it means it's cloudy. That's what it means. Cloudy, yeah. Right? Yeah, so the clouds are pregnant. Yeah, so this is a personification, right? You are using human quality or feature, which is pregnancy, to describe something that's not human, clouds, correct? All right, we can do more of that. Another example. This is a sentence I picked from one of the GHS students literature book called Cock Crow. I'm sure many of you heard of that. It was an
Yes, sir.
expression. It says the um the trees, no, it was leaves, yeah. It says the leaves gave away. I hope you're recording a lot of information.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
Yeah. So the leaves gave away while the wind swept by. The leaves gave away while the wind swept by. What makes this a personification? We are personifying a couple of things here. Tell me, what's that? Do I have a message? Yeah. Yeah. Can you hurry up for me? I have to go to a library. Hurry up. Yeah. The leaves gave away while the wind swept by. Come on, what are the things we are personifying here? Wow.
So the leaves and the wind.
Leaves and wind, yeah. So the leaves given away, you know, and then wind sweeping by. You see, sweep, given are related to humans, right? But we are attributing that to something inanimate or what, lifeless. So that makes that what a personification. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is it. Yeah. Can we get other examples? Personification.
Sir,
Yes.
the sun smiled down on us.
Yeah, that's a good
Hey,
one. The sun smiled. This alone is enough. That's what a personification, right? Yeah, that's a personification. We personifying sun by saying it's smiling, but we actually know what it means, scorching, right? Yeah. What other example again can come to your mind? I think I had some examples in mind. I don't know why they are not coming up. Personification.
sir, please, can you say arranged cat and dog?
No, that wouldn't find that personification. Yeah, because I don't
Sir,
see any human feature, you relating to rain. So yeah. I have some examples, but it's in the assignment I'm going to give you, and I don't want to bring it up. I want to use it for assessment. Anyone again with an example?
Time walks slowly today.
What?
Time
Time walked.
walks
Okay, not bad.
slowly today.
Yeah, not bad. Time walked slowly today. We'll take it like that. Yeah, time walks slowly today. Okay, so that's a personification. But at least that gives you an idea. All right, let's move on. 4. So the next so all these things we're looking at, like I said, it's what? They are all what? Literary devices, right? Literary. Don't mix the words. Literary what? Devices. Yeah. Yeah, 1 second. Um,
Time.
right. Yeah, coming back. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. All right. Can we move on? Can we move on?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's look at hyperbole. Yeah, hyperbole. So let's take note of the pronunciation and the spelling. Okay. Hyperbole. And it's not hyperbole. Okay. It's it sound like French. It's pronounced hyperbole. Okay. Right. It is overstating. It is overstating an idea or exaggerating an event. Yeah. It is overstating an idea or exaggerating an event. Are you there? So that's what I mean.
Yes, sir.
Example. Yeah. Example. So when someone is exaggerating, okay, that's a hyperbole. So there's an example. Um, I am so hungry that I
I
could,
can eat a fish.
yeah, yeah, swallow. Did you say fish?
Hey, sir, you can.
Fish is an understatement. I can swallow a horse. If you say fish, that one is an understatement, right? I will not even buy that. Okay. Swallow a
I was
horse.
even speaking to myself. I didn't know I was my
Yeah,
microphone
yeah,
was
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I heard you. So if you say fish, then it's not a hyperbole, right? Unless you are saying you can swallow a whale. You are specifying one fish.
Okay.
Uh-huh. But the point is, we need some exaggeration. And you can see, right? I'm just trying to tell you that I'm so famished. Okay. So that's a hyperbole. And everybody can see the exaggeration here, right? So in exam, you see, it's a comprehension test, and the comprehension test, it will extract a sentence from the comprehension test and ask you what figure of speech is used. It's one of the questions you'll be queried, and everything the answer will come from everything I'm teaching you today. again, in tomorrow, did I just say tomorrow? I mean, during exam time, Wassce, the comprehension questions, one of the questions will take a sentence and ask you what figure or speech is used. Usually it's 2 or 4 marks. And the answer is from what I'm teaching you today. So don't take it for granted. So you analyze the sentence. There is an exaggeration here. Oh, it's a hyperbole. Yeah. So that's one example. Anyone else come up with another example?
Sir, please, I have told you a million times to clean your classroom.
Yeah. I have told you a million times to clean the classroom. That's correct. That's an exaggeration. Yes. Anyone else? She
Sir,
was. Okay, go ahead.
She cried a river.
Okay.
Patience, why are you saying my own?
Yeah. Oh, sorry
Hey,
about that. She
what
cried
have I
what? A
done? And
river.
you cried
Okay.
a river
Okay.
the other day.
Okay. That's also an exaggeration, right? Another one. She um she was flooded in a pool of blood. So that's an exaggeration. I mean, um, relating her blood quantity to that of a pool. But we just trying to say that enough blood is coming, is gushing out, right? She bleeded a lot. That's what we're trying to mean, right? Yeah, so all these are exaggerations, hyperbole. Okay, I'll pause for questions before we add on. I'll pause for questions before we add on. Okay, I'm going to give you some examples and then you tell me what figure of speech is used here. All right, let's start. So you tell me what what figure of speech is used here. So the preamble is what figure of speech is used in the, I should have used a red ink, sentences below. So I write, you tell me, that's all. Opportunity, let's flip up a bit. I'll call you, then you tell me. Opportunity, if I don't call you, don't talk. Opportunity knocked on his door. Opportunity knocked on his door. Okay, what do we have here? Let's see. Okay, anyone to try?
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
personification.
Yeah, that's right. Why? Why?
Sir, because we are giving human animate description to inanimate.
which here is a human feature? Which here is not human or is inanimate?
The
The
opportunity
knocking.
doesn't knock on the door.
No, answer my question well. Which is animate? Which is inanimate here?
Him is animate.
Okay. No, that's wrong. Make sure you understand what you are doing. Either than that, I will assume you are using online tools to tell me the answer. I'm teaching for you to understand, not teaching for you to be Googling and following online material, just to impress me. Yeah. Why is this a personification?
Can I come in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, from my perspective, I think the opportunity is animate because of opportunity knocking. The knocking is a human feature.
Yeah. And you're giving it to, yeah, knocking is a human feature, and opportunity is, it's something lifeless. I mean, inanimate. Inanimate is the word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Opportunity
sir.
is inanimate, right? Knocking, it's a human ability, a human feature. Do you understand?
Yes,
So that makes
yes,
that
sir.
personification. Okay, my next question. Um, this bag weighs a ton. I just hope you understand the sentence. Yeah. What's that? What figure or speech is used here?
The hyperbole.
Yeah, it's an exaggeration, hyperbole. All right. And I have one interesting example. He has a heart of stone. What figure of speech is used here?
Is that metaphorical statements?
Yeah, metaphorical. So this one is a metaphor. We agree this one is a hyperbole. We agree this one is opportunity knocking, yeah, personification. Okay, how many have we done so far? 3. Okay, now let's continue with the figures of speech. So let's go to number. I've done 4, right? Let's look at the fifth one. For the fifth one, I want us to talk about euphemism. And like I said, you have to look at the spelling. It's important. Yeah, euphemism. It is describing something that is not polite or pleasant. It, euphemism, yeah. It is describing something that is not polite or pleasant in a pleasant way. You got what I mean? Example. It's describing something that is not polite or pleasant in a pleasant way. So example. Shall we? Yeah, so example. Um, I think I've given you one already. I said she was called to glory. She was called to glory. All right. So this is an euphemism. Okay. We've actually euphemized what we wanted to say. We want to see if she's dead, but it's not something to take on a lighter note, right? So trying to euphemize the statement by saying she died. So it's euphemism. That's how euphemisms are passed across. Another one, or someone want to come up with something else? I want to visit the nature score. There's also an euphemism, okay? I want to visit the nature score. I believe you know what it means, right? It means I want to use the washroom. Okay, it's just a way to euphemize that. I mean, make it look nice, pleasant. Okay. Yeah. Anyone to give us another example? Um, Karen.
Sir,
Okay, yeah, let me finish with this. Karen is a town helper. So this is actually an euphemized expression because it's what does it mean? If we say someone is a town helper, what does it mean? So it means the person is a prostitute, right? But prostitute is a strong word. So trying to euphemize that, oh, she's a town helper, right? So that's euphemism. Girl, go on. Yeah. Do you want to come with an example? Who wanted to speak? Is it Patience? And you can go on.
yeah, director, please. I was saying the euphemism. Please, can you explain it?
Again, I said that it's when you're trying to use a polite or nice expression to attribute an expression which is not nice or pleasant. So he's using a polite or pleasant expression to refer to something that is not pleasant. Yeah, that's what it means. So
Sir,
the examples what we've given. Yeah, Rahel, go on.
sir, she's between jobs.
She's between jobs.
Yeah, which means she's unemployed.
No, I don't see any euphemism here. Yeah, yeah, I don't see any euphemism here. Someone being unemployed. Is it that bad? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. But wow, if in exam that was given out, well then, um, I mean the nearest figure of speech we can use is what? Euphemism. Yeah, we may use that. Yeah. Did you get what I mean? In exam, you see, they'll give you a sentence and you have to analyze what figure of speech is used. From the point I stand, that euphemism might be the nearest figure of speech to use. So we'll use that. Hey, and there is one important thing I want you to know. Under figures of speech, and a sentence can have more than one figure of speech. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A sentence can have more than one figure of speech. Yeah. A sentence can have more than one figure of speech. So if you're thinking right, then what you put out there is correct. I've had the opportunity to see some of the marking schemes. Sometimes you can see a sentence and it's acting as a personification, it's acting as a hyperbole. So if you're thinking right, your answer might be right, might be there. Okay. So that's also another thing I want you to know. Yeah, someone wanted to say something. Yeah, yeah, yes. Does anyone want to say something or come up with an example? If not, oops, machine is slow. Yeah. If not, we'll continue. All right. So let's look at another one, another figure of speech. Are you sure I can continue or is it becoming too much?
Sir, please continue.
All right. Let's look at another one. Rhetorical question. Rhetorical question. Yeah, rhetorical question. So it is a statement that doesn't require an answer or demand an answer. Let me pick this call. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's a statement that doesn't demand an answer, right? So let's look at some examples. Example. Yeah, so now it's a rhetorical question. So most questions ends with what? A question mark, right? So this is one thing I tell students. It's easy for you to identify it, right? Because they usually end with what? A question mark. Yeah, so um now it's one device writers employ a lot when they are writing compositions and I mean when they are writing compositions or literatures. Okay. So what happened is that, the writer can make an expression that when will Ghana be economically independent? Maybe it's a literature or an article he is writing. Then he put this within. He's not expecting you to come and answer, right? It's just a way to complement his writer. But what happens? So this is what? A rhetorical question, right? It ends with a question mark. It doesn't require you to come and answer. Okay? Yeah, so that is it. And we can form as many rhetorical questions as we can. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
sir. Yes,
So
Yes,
sir.
sir.
can
Why?
we
Who are
come up with
things?
some examples? Will suffering ever end? Suffering ever end? Question mark. So that's a rhetorical question. Yeah. Will suffering ever end? Okay. I believe they're simple to remember and so much more. If anyone has an example to come across, you can go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Anyone to come up with an example?
So I have an example, but I don't know how to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't
We
know how
can
to
help
ask
you.
it.
We can help you. Yeah.
So when will you die?
All right. When will you die? Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a rhetorical question, but I'm not gonna write that. Yeah, I mean, you see, like I said, rhetorical questions are used by writers every day. So it might be a story you are telling or a debate you are making, and then you
Okay.
fuse that in context. It will make sense from the point you're coming from, as long as
Okay.
that's a question imbibed, and I mean, you do not need, I mean, you were not required to come and answer at that point in time. Yeah, it's rhetorical.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I am moving on. Is the information enough, too much, or I can add on?
Sir, please add on.
All right. So the next thing we're going to look at is oxymoron. No, let's start with antithesis first. Hold on. It spells wrongly. Antithesis. Right. Antithesis. It is using two opposite ideas at the same time. Using two opposite ideas at the same time. Example. Yeah, so two opposite ideas. Know when to sleep and when to wake up. Know when to sleep and when to wake up. Right? So, antithesis. Know when to sleep and when to wake up. Yeah. So you see the opposite ideas. When to sleep, when to wake up. Opposite, right? This is an antithesis. Yeah, another example. United we stand. Divided we fall. Opposite ideas at the same time, right? United we stand. Divided we fall. Unite, divide, stand, fall. Right? Opposite. Right? So that's also what? An antithesis. Anyone want to give us an example? Yes. Anyone to give us another example? Antithesis. Man propose. Oops. It's not writing. Come on. Hold on. Yeah. So man proposes God disposes. I think many of you have met this sentence before, right? Man proposes, God disposes, right? This is
Yes.
Yes,
also
sir.
an example of an antithesis. Antithesis, because of the TH, antithesis, right? Not however you might think of calling it.
Antithesis.
Yeah, antithesis, yeah. Yeah, anyone to give us another example?
Say,
Yeah,
to err is human, to
yeah,
forgive is divine.
yeah, you're right. Sorry. Come on. To err is human. To forgive is divine. So err means to sin or make a flaw, right? To sin or make a flaw. Yeah, so
Sir, please can you spell the A?
ERR, right? So to err is human. That means to sin. It's important to understand the sentence to get where we're coming from. So to err is human. So sin, forgive, right? Human,
Yes.
divine. These are contrasting ideas used at the same time. All right. Anyone else again? I think it's okay. Check my time. Okay. Let's look at another one. Number 8. I would like us to look at oxymoron. Oxymoron. I've seen some literature books spell that as Oxymoron. I prefer this one. This is also correct. So maybe you should use this. Yeah. Oxy. Okay. I saw this some years back. I don't know. Anyway, can we move on?
Sir, please, maybe it's a mistake.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I'm cleaning these things. Sin floor. I need space to write. Okay. Yeah. So this is almost the same definition, but spot the difference. Yeah, it is using two opposite words. Let me take this now. Can you see? It's not easy to write on a notepad. Yeah. It's using two opposite words at the same time. So what makes this different from what makes this definition different from the above? What makes this definition different from the above? Rahel.
Sir, please, not there. Sir, please, one is opposite ideas, and then the other is
Mhm.
same what? Same idea. Other is same time.
Look at it well. But same time runs throughout the two. What's the difference here?
One is opposite ideas and one is opposite words.
Words.
Opposite
Okay.
ways.
Well, you understand it with my examples. Yeah, so example. Um, it was a bittersweet experience. So, yeah, you can see two opposite words, right? Bitter, sweet. Okay. They are words. They are not ideas, expressions, two opposite expressions. Unlike what's above, you see one idea in a sentence, another idea or a different sentence. You get it? Here, it's two opposite words used at the same time. Those words are often placed juxtaposed to each other, as you can see. They are placed juxtaposed to each other, right? What does juxtaposition means? When I see juxtapose, what does it mean? Juxtapose. Did I spell it right? Yeah, I think so. What does juxtaposition means? So in oxymoron, those words are placed juxtaposed to one another. They are placed side by side. Okay. Oh, another example is this. I just hope you understand me from this example.
Yes, sir.
The pregnant virgin. Let me bring it down. The pregnant virgin is here.
If I
Is
have
this
one.
do you get why this is an oxymoron? I don't know if you might understand from the wording. What are the
Yeah,
two
yeah.
opposite words here?
Pregnant and virgin.
That's true. And I believe you understand why they are opposite, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, a virgin is someone who has not had any um sexual relation, right? If you are pregnant, you obviously had a sexual encounter. Okay, so how can a virgin be pregnant? So you see two opposite contrasting ideas. They are placed side by side, just opposed to one another, right? This is an oxymoron. But you see, look at antithesis. They are obviously ideas, sentences, one sentence, another sentence. It's not like two opposite words placed by side by side. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can anyone come up with another example? What's it called? Yeah. Oh, any other example? A little over 1 in 2,000. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can give you another one. Let me see. He, oops, it's not working. He was a condemned saint. This is an oxymoron. Look, saint is someone who is holy, free from flaws. Okay, I have to be careful. Yeah, saint is someone who is what holy. The person has not committed any sort of what sin. Got it? When we use the word condemn to someone, it means that the person has committed sin. It's used in prisons, in the courtroom, etc. Right? So now, do you get the opposite ideas here? Do you get the opposite ideas here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So condemned and what? Sins. Condemned and sin. So that makes that one an oxymoron. Any question? Okay. Yes. Anyone to come up with another example of oxymoron?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Yes, go on. I'm listening.
please, I know bitter truth, but I don't know how to form a sentence with it.
Bitter. Bitter truth.
Bitter truth. Yeah, but I don't know how to form a sentence with it.
Bitter truth. Even bitter. No, you see, bitter and truth, they are not opposite words. If something is not bitter, it's sweet. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the word bitter and truth are not even opposite words. Okay. I think I something
Okay.
just came to my mind. I've seen I've seen a movie called Open Secret. Well, I'll form a sentence. It is an open secret. But that is an open secret. Do you see it?
Sir.
Yeah. It's an oxymoron, right? He is a living dead. Think about it. Think about it. He's a living dead. Where or which part makes that which part makes that an oxymoron? Yes. Which part makes that an oxymoron?
So the living and the dead are
Right.
two opposite words.
Two opposite ideas. Words. Yeah. Okay. I'm moving on. Any question? Any question? I'll pause for questions. Yeah, I'll pause for questions. Maybe I should end here. Some people are having challenges with network. Join and go off, join and go off. I'm gonna give you some assignment to try. We have two more to go. On our next meeting, we'll look at alliteration and assonance. You can write it down. Alliteration. Alliteration. Why is it not writing, man? I'm coming. Alliteration. Assonance. All right, so yeah, alliteration and assonance. So anytime, yeah, anytime within this week, we sure will be talking about these things. I will send some assignment to the school platform. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? All right, I'm ending the session now.